2025, Jojo Siwa sabotaged her entire career. In the span of a few months, she went from the LGBTQ internet icon to cheating on her girlfriend with a man twice her age, caught inappropriately touching herself on stage, and straight up stealing music from other artists. Every time people thought, okay, this can't get worse, it did. Jojo's life is crumbling right in front of our eyes, and even her own fans are turning on her. So let's go through Jojo's many controversies throughout this year and see how bad things really got. Right, why is Jojo Siwa putting her hands down there whilst performing live in front of a bunch of 6-year-olds? If she was a man, she would genuinely be in prison for this. But yeah, if you haven't been keeping up with all the crazy stuff Jojo Siwa has been doing on the internet recently, well, the nicest way to put it is she is completely losing her mind. Yeah, I don't know if that is her dancing or just the Tourette's kicking in. But anyways, before we delve deeper into her midlife crisis, I need to give you guys some backstory of who she is and why people think she's acting crazy now. From 2015 to 2016, she appeared as a dancer on 2 seasons of the reality television show Dance Moms, which was absolutely huge. I'm pretty sure every girl under the age of like 13 watched that show when it was out. But after she was done with that, she ended up signing a huge multi-million-dollar contract with Nickelodeon when she was just 13. Now the issue is when you become famous at such a young age, which happened to Jojo Siwa and also many other child actors, is the fact that they are literally forced to portray this image of a child until they are literally like 20 years old. Like, this is Jojo Siwa at 16. Please name one 16-year-old that is dressing up like a 9-year-old cartoon character. Like, just look at this room tour she recorded when she was around this age. It looks like some unicorn land fantasy that every 9-year-old dreams of.
You guys, check it out! We are in my brand new bedroom. I can't even tell you how much I love this. It is so cool.
I genuinely feel bad for her because there is no way she actually wanted to do this. There is not a single thought behind her eyes. Jojo, blink if you need help. Now, what makes me laugh is that even though she is like 13 in this clip, she still sounds like she's been a chronic smoker her entire life. Honestly, it's probably the stress from being forced to make these cringy videos. I can just imagine her coming out of a Nickelodeon set and rolling up a fat one to take the stress away. Now, she wasn't only an actor, she also expanded her brand to social media and unfortunately for us, began making music. And if you want to retain your hearing, I would recommend covering your ears for this section of the video.
I'ma come back like a boomerang.
Now, what is insane about this is that this has over 1 billion views on YouTube, which really makes me concerned for the upcoming generation if this is the type of propaganda they are consuming. Now, eventually, Jojo Siwa ended up having a net worth of over $20 million before the age of 17, which basically meant she sped run life before she turned a legal adult. And honestly, props to her, the real life cash cow. But the issue was, as she was nearing 18, well, she was still portraying this child image, even though she was a fully grown woman.
When I signed to Nickelodeon, there was an incredible team, and my career with them was amazing. The decisions we made together were amazing, and then they left, and I was still there. Same company, me, myself, my name, my image, my brand, my videos, and I realized that I am the only human in this world that is stuck with Jojo Siwa.
So yeah, she had enough of being this good little girl. Yeah, okay, that sounded a bit weird. But yeah, she had enough, so she decided to unleash the beast and become a full Playboy Carti opium. Okay, wrong clip. I repeat, wrong clip.
So tell me, man, the song's coming out this weekend. How you feeling? Are you ready?
I have already, there's a little kid right there, so I'm gonna cover my face. I have already shit every brick possible that I got none left in me.
So I don't even know what this is. She's got some type of tire marks on her face and is now beginning to, this kind of very extreme to say, but she's now swearing. I guess this is what happens when you're forced to cosplay as a 9-year-old your entire life. So it seems like her development is still a bit late, as now I guess she's role-playing as a rebellious emo teenager, even though she's pushing like 30 now. And if you guys think this is bad, well, just wait till you see her live shows.
Who the living just booed me? Where the did I come from? Which one of you? Respectfully, you.
So yeah, this is a video of her calling out a hater at one of her shows, which honestly, fair enough to her for standing her ground, but where it gets good is the comments. I'm gonna tell my kids this was Mad Max. What the F is Jojo Siwa gonna do anyway? Which, yeah, they're not wrong. Who spent their hard-earned money at a Jojo Siwa concert? That's the real question. Now this comment is probably the most interesting one if you ask me, because genuinely, who is pulling up to a Jojo Siwa show? Because it almost seems like she could be selling out arenas soon. Now I actually ended up doing some digging and I found out that she genuinely has die-hard fans.
There's a few kids in here.
Imagine you raised a child for your entire life just for them to go to a Jojo Siwa concert and break down crying because she pointed at them. They probably wouldn't shed so much tears if their own parents died. Like guys, if the human race survives for more than 100 years, I'll genuinely be concerned because I don't think we can get better as a society when Jojo Siwa is what young girls look up to these days. But even though she is grown up now, it seems like her brain still hasn't really caught up. As for some reason in one of her shows in the UK, and wow, I can't believe I just said that, Jojo Siwa is actually a global star who is doing shows abroad. Anyways, for some reason she decided to rant for an entire 5 minutes even though her set time was only 15 minutes, which this TikTok explains very well.
Y'all check out this clip of Jojo Siwa boring the audience in England with her rant, which took away half the time of her minuscule 15-minute set. Meanwhile, the audience, crickets.
Say, write your own songs. That's not even you singing.
Yeah, now before we move on from her terrible live performances, there is a couple more hilarious things I have to show you, because I can't believe this is real life. We must be living in a simulation. Please explain to me why she just hip thrusted one of her dancers across the stage. And even with this entire new rebrand, people are still completely clowning her on social media. Now the comments, again, are just something else. Stay back, our dance move. Let go of my hair, our dance move. Yeah, she's cooked. And I think one of the main issues with Jojo Siwa is that she actually has an impact on the youth. Like, you know how young boys look up to like Messi and Ronaldo? Well, the girls have Jojo Siwa, which is obviously not great.
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. No one has made, in my generation, this extreme of a switch. And I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's got to do it.
I mean, just look at the interviewer's face. Someone give this man a raise. He is trying so hard to hold back the laughter, or maybe tears. It genuinely might be tears, because if I had to listen to Jojo Siwa talk about how she's revolutionizing music, I might break down crying. And even though Jojo Siwa seems like a pretty terrible person and very cringy, at least she cares for the youth and doesn't want them to hear any stuff they're not supposed to before the right age.
It was very, very important to me that Karma didn't go on the same Spotify that Kid and Candy Store was on, because there are still little kids that are either A, listening to my stuff or just discovering my stuff. I don't want them to hear what they're not supposed to yet.
Yeah, it's nice to say that, but then just look at the interaction she had with a 6-year-old at one of her shows.
Bitches, there is a 6-year-old right there. Why the fuck are you here? I love it. I am so here for it. You're awesome, dude.
Right, so you're talking about how you don't want your music to be heard by people who are too young, and then you point and swear at a 6-year-old child at your concert. Like, I feel bad enough for the kid because he was probably forced and held hostage to be there, but then he gets called out by this terrorist in front of everyone. Yeah, I'd need to change my identity forever if that was me. Jesus Christ, where are her parents? Actually, now that I think about it, never mind. She's not like 13 anymore. She doesn't need her parents. Like, this is genuinely what a fully grown woman is doing in front of children. She needs to be arrested. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again, if this was a man playing around with his hands in his pants on stage, he would be taken to prison and labeled as an EDP 445, not W-Riz. Now, this crazy rebrand and publicity stunts have been basically all a big promotion for her new song called Karma. And if you guys don't believe this woman has got money yet, just look at the amount of of people she has working on this video. And to think that every single one of those people got paid a fat amount of money to be in that video. Anyway, she got loads of hate for this song because apparently she stole it from someone else.
Jojo Siwa is currently getting a lot of hate on social media because people discovered she did not write her viral song Karma, and a lot of people are claiming that she stole that song from another musician. Now the video that I just played was actually an unreleased song by a musician whose name is Britt Smith. That unreleased song had been around for quite some time, I think around 12 years, but 2 years ago a producer actually came up to Jojo Siwa talking about that unreleased song, thought it would be good for Jojo Siwa. Jojo loved it and decided to buy the rights to the song, so no, Jojo Siwa technically did not write her song Karma that's been going viral. This also means that Jojo Siwa did not steal the song from another musician, but a lot of people are just very mad because I feel like she was portraying that she actually wrote the song when she actually didn't.
At least she didn't steal it, unlike the way she stole my eardrums after I had to listen to that song, badoosh. And with all the hate coming at her, she would clap back. And guys, brace yourselves.
Number one, they're the reason that it charted before it even came out. And number two, whether people like to admit it or not, Karma is a lot of people's guilty pleasure. And that's what this song is.
Why did she start hip thrusting and sticking her tongue out? I need to bleach my eyes after seeing this. But that's not all, as on this road to craziness, she has also slowly become the most hated person on the internet.
And your number one first place overall goes to Karma by Jojo Siwa with an astonishing, record-breaking 3.1 million dislikes.
How does Jojo Siwa's song have over 3 million dislikes on YouTube when dislikes aren't even a thing anymore? But honestly, if I was stood in a multi-million-dollar mansion holding a $5,000 MacBook, I would be cheesing like that too. So if you haven't been living under a rock for the past 6 months, you would have seen that Jojo Siwa has gone from bright, rainbow, bubbly 9-year-old personality to some edgy emo punk aesthetic. Now with this new image came the release of a song called Karma, which literally turned her into one of the most hated music artists in the world, as you will have seen by the intro. But honestly, the people have their reasons, because let's be real, no one is going, yo, play that new Jojo Siwa. Anyways, so first of all, Jojo Siwa was seen, how do I say this? Touching herself on stage? Yeah, if someone can explain to me why a kids performer is touching herself like that on stage, because I'm pretty sure the majority of the audience are little kids who should not be seeing this stuff in front of them.
Who the living just booed me? Where the did that come from? Which one of you? Respectfully, you.
So yeah, with this new transformation, she now thinks she's like some big tough guy, which I can honestly understand after she has been forced to act like a 9-year-old her entire life. But what is the funniest thing to me about this clip is that people in her crowd are screaming fight, fight and beat them up. Like, let's be real, no one is throwing hands at a Jojo Siwa concert. Honestly, I'm surprised this goofball even has fans. Like, are people really buying Jojo Siwa tickets in 2024? Trump calling the nukes, because how have you carried a child for 9 months, then raised them up for like 15 years to become a Jojo Siwa fan? You have failed as a parent, buddy. If Jojo Siwa is ever kidnapped, you know it was probably this lady. Top 10 worst torture methods. You pass out and wake up in this room, what do? I'm literally ending it all, that's what I would do. Now, even though the average age of a Jojo Siwa fan is about 9 years old, she continues swearing and touching herself at her concerts. And even this one clip, she started pointing and swearing at this 6-year-old.
Bitches, there is a 6-year-old right there. Why the
Yeah, this is what I mean by Jojo Siwa thinks she's big and tough now. She's taken her anger out at a random 6-year-old at her concerts. Honestly, the only thing I'm thinking about is why this kid is there and who took him there. I'm convinced this is some brainwashing tactic by the CIA. So now that Jojo Siwa wants to act all grown up, even though it looks more so that she's having some sort of midlife crisis, she feels the need to flex on everybody that she can now drink alcohol.
No. Try this one. If I'm gonna have fucking fireball, we're gonna go da 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 da. Woo. Woo. Come on. Woo.
First of all, I'm convinced she didn't even take a sip, and second of all, that is definitely apple juice. Honestly, Jojo Siwa is just acting like any other 13-year-old when they drink alcohol for the first time and think they're in some sort of high school movie, but Jojo Siwa isn't 13, she's pushing 30. I think what's the funniest thing about this is that straight after she downs it, she starts stumbling backwards. Like, relax, it doesn't hit that fast.
We're currently on a road trip right now, but we are stopped at a stop, so I figured now would be a great time to answer this. I have 6 tattoos now. Got this one on my left hand. It is my old logo with the date that Boomerang was released. My right hand, I got my new logo with the date that Karma was released. Then on my right forearm, I got my Karma Beast eyes. The back of my right forearm, I got 417 with a billion under it. And
well guys, we have just hit 20,000 subscribers, so let me know some tattoo ideas in the comments. But this is another level of self-obsession, because who gets 6 tattoos of them hitting random milestones? Like, that's like me getting a Jack Doherty tattoo because one of my videos on him hit 1 million views. That's actually not a bad idea. Guys, if this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll get a Jack Doherty tattoo. But anyways guys, after this entire punk branding, she decided to take on this new builder aesthetic, which, yeah, I don't even know. Jojo, less dancing and more building my house please. I want my house finished. Like, I really don't understand this aesthetic. Like, I just don't. I kind of got the emo one because it's cool and edgy, but builder? Is she trying to appeal to like 40-year-old men on construction sites? Maybe she just wants to be Bob the Builder? Jojo the Builder? Now with this new builder aesthetic, she has also released a song called Guilty Pleasure, where I just don't even have words to describe this, but again, she is inappropriately touching herself in the video, and there's also teddy bears humping the floor. We need God. Yeah, God help me, if this is what children are looking up to in the modern day. At least the boys have Mr. Beast and Chris Ty- Oh wait, never mind. Imagine driving down the road one day and you see Jojo Siwa recording TikToks inside her car. Someone needs to take one for the team and T-bone her. Alright, I think I'm taking it a bit too far today. We need to slow down.
so typically when I'm done with a costume, I'll do something like this with it. This is the costume from Boomerang when I was a kid, and now it's all framed and nice. However, this is what is happening with the Guilty Pleasure costume for the music video. We got the real costume on a cardboard cutout of me from Karma.
So again guys, we're going to celebrate me hitting 20,000 subscribers. So just as Jojo Siwa did, she framed the outfit she was wearing while hitting the achievement. So I did the same for 20,000 subscribers. What do you guys think? Yeah, so honestly, I don't even know where Jojo Siwa is going with this, because every single song she releases gets completely ripped apart by the internet. Like this Guilty Pleasure song she released 2 weeks ago already has over 220,000 dislikes, which is of course not a great look. And honestly, the comment section of this video is where it gets good. I want an apology video with tears and a ukulele. Therapy seats, infinite left. Fell asleep watching videos, woke up to this and thought I died and went to hell. My therapist won't believe me. Now at least this song doesn't have any controversy within itself, as apparently with the Karma song, she stole it off somebody. I'm not too knowledgeable on the topic myself, so I'll just let this TikTok explain it.
Jojo Siwa is currently getting a lot of hate on social media because people discovered she did not write her viral song Karma, and a lot of people are claiming that she stole that song from another musician. Now the video that I just played was actually an unreleased song by a musician whose name is Britt Smith. That unreleased song had been around for quite some time, I think around 12 years, but 2 years ago a producer actually came up to Jojo Siwa talking about that unreleased song, thought it would be good for Jojo Siwa, Jojo loved it and decided to buy the rights to the song, so no, Jojo Siwa technically did not write her song Karma that's been going viral.
And it seemed like this hate really got to Jojo Siwa, as she would spend a third of her set time at some festival in the UK addressing the hate. Like, buddy, no one wants to hear you rant. No one wants to see her perform either.
Y'all, check out this clip of Jojo Siwa boring the audience in England with her rant, which took away half the time of her minuscule 15-minute set. Meanwhile, the audience, crickets.
Say, write your own songs. That's not even you singing.
So yeah, that's Jojo Siwa and her most recent antics. So it seems like Jojo Siwa keeps on getting more and more mentally unstable as time goes on. As if you didn't know, in the past couple of weeks or so, she has been carrying out some weird antics. Dropping a music video where she gets licked on the neck. Freaky. She faked getting kidnapped by Beyonce, and she even announced herself as the Prime Minister of Gay Pop. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. And luckily for us, the internet did retaliate against her, as they literally launched a trend where they would all pretend to ignore Jojo Siwa's posts.
It is currently a trend to completely ignore Jojo Siwa anytime she uploads a video. So this all started because the girl behind me created this video in which it got over 20 million views, and in the video she said, "Bruh, imagine if we all started ignoring celebrities, like how hilarious would it be if they posted and got like 13 likes?" And well, the first victim of this trend was Jojo Siwa. In Jojo Siwa's recent TikTok video she uploaded, it got over 2 million views and only 18,000 likes.
So I guess, let's delve into the Jojo Siwa brain roll. So 2 weeks ago on the 1st of January of 2025, she would drop this song called Choose Your Fighter, which, wow, great way to launch the year, right? Listening to Jojo Siwa. Like, first day of the new year and I've already lost my hearing. Anyways, she just basically does these freaky dance moves while intensely staring into my soul, then gets caressed by these teddy bears and then gets into a fight where someone slurps on her neck. I don't even know what the hell is going on. Like, imagine you're watching some type of boxing or MMA fight and the fighter just decides to lick the opponent's neck. And that's pretty much all I can tell you about the song, as I did in fact watch it on mute, of course to protect my hearing. Now that is not the only thing Jojo Siwa has been up to in the past couple of weeks, but before we move on to those, I think we should spend a couple seconds just reading these comments because they are slightly hilarious. We need to apologize to KSI. I mean, Christ, you know your music is bad when people are saying we need to apologize to KSI, who arguably drops the worst song of the century with Thick of It. Gonna play this at my funeral so people would be jealous I'm in the coffin. Okay, these comments are just crazy. This guy is trying to torture the people at his funeral. And also, I think I need to point out the fact that Jojo has some weird obsession with these teddy bears, as she also used them in the video of her previous song where again, they were getting up to no good. Some Diddy type of stuff. Now of course, Jojo has to always take it a step further to get more views and likes, as she would also fake getting kidnapped by Beyonce. Just watch this clip.
Say that. I also have to say thank you to Beyonce, just so that way we keep the dance community safe. Everybody, Beyonce, you got great music. We all love to dance to it. We all love you. Anyways, I am up here tonight. Someone had to.
Basically, if you didn't know, there's this online conspiracy theory, some Illuminati confirmed type of stuff, that if you call out Beyonce at a award show, you are saving yourself from getting like threatened by Beyonce, as people think she's evil and dangerous, especially with how her husband, Jay-Z, is connected to Diddy, who we all know is a pretty evil geezer. So yeah, of course, Jojo would thank Beyonce at this award show, which would start all sorts of controversies, and had multiple blog pages write about this, and long story short, she'll disappear for a month. No posts on Instagram, TikTok, anything, and fans generally thought she was missing. I mean, we can even go to her last TikTok before she went quote unquote missing, and we can see fans saying things such as, "Okay, it's been a month, where are you? Bro, did Beyonce take you? Jojo, it's been 4 days. Beyonce kidnapped you? Question mark." So yeah, fans were genuinely concerned. But of course, as I think we could all tell, this was just a huge publicity stunt and marketing plan, which I think worked, as her last video before her disappearance got like 40 million views. But yeah, this was just all a sneaky little plan so she can create hype for her newest single, Iced Coffee, which, I'll be honest, is just a ripoff of Sabrina Carpenter. You know, you guys probably know her hit song called Espresso, and you know, Jojo's is called Iced Coffee. I don't think I even need to explain this to you, do I? Now, it seemed like this fake missing thing actually left fans very unhappy, as multiple creators on TikTok would start posting videos telling everyone to ignore Jojo Siwa, literally starting an entire trend to tear down her career.
Jojo Siwa's career is completely falling apart. It all started when this girl on TikTok posted a video saying that it would be extremely funny if we started ignoring celebrities and not giving them likes on their posts. And within a couple of days, her video received over 20 million views and over 7 million likes, with everybody in the comments coming to an agreement that the first person they wanted to test this theory out was on Jojo Siwa. Almost immediately after the original TikToker started gaining traction on her video, the counts on Jojo Siwa's posts began to drop dramatically. In fact, her last post, which has over 35 million views, barely has 65,000 likes. And the same thing happened to her video before that, as it has around 40,000 likes with 20 million views.
Now, like, I get what they're trying to do, but it kind of did exactly the opposite, as yeah, she's not getting as many likes, but she's still pulling like 40 million views a video. And if you didn't know, creators get paid from views, not likes. So everyone watching this video right now could not like it or just like dislike it. Yeah, I would make the same amount of money as, you know, we get paid from views. So this is actually benefiting Jojo Siwa more than it is negatively impacting her.
People are going to realise that ignoring Jojo Siwa isn't going to work. If anything, you're actually helping her. Obviously, right now, it's like a trend to ignore celebrities, and everybody just for some reason chose Jojo Siwa. Like, without really saying anything, everybody just automatically went to her as the first victim. This trend is not working the way people wanted it to. Since this trend happened, Jojo Siwa's videos are absolutely blown up. I mean, 50 million views. 50 million basically on these two combined as well. 100 million views between 3 videos. All because people are basically going to that video, checking the video to see how many views it's got, and then comparing the likes to the views. For example, this 50 million view one has got 91,000 likes. So the view to like ratio is kind of crazy. Video with those views usually get like literal millions of likes. You're still searching for her name to go and check the video, then like the comments on that video, basically say, oh, stick to the plan. It's not ignoring her. Like, you are not ignoring.
Now, even with this ignore Jojo Siwa thing happening, a couple months later, people are still flooding her TikTok comments with stick to the plan and ignore her, which I'll be honest, doesn't make much sense to me, as you're saying to ignore her, but you're commenting and watching her videos. I don't know who's more brain dead, Jojo Siwa or the people trying to ignore her. Anyways, with all these publicity stunts creating so much hype and buzz around her name, she would go ahead and release another monstrosity. Wait, sorry, wrong word. I meant she would release music, not monstrosity, yeah, she would release music, a new single called Choose Your Fighter, which, as you'll probably remember from the intro, is just a freak show. I really don't understand why and who decided to tell one of the fighters to lick Jojo. Like, I hope you guys understand that these are professionally shot music videos with real directors and scriptwriters being paid tens of thousands of dollars just for them to create something that embarrasses Jojo. Like, seriously, after watching that video, all I could think of was, how can I get 2 minutes and 24 seconds of my life back? Like, I usually don't last that long anyways, but that felt like an eternity. I mean, 2 minutes is kind of long, right, guys? Like, right? 2 minutes is long? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And the thing is, I genuinely feel bad for her. This music video has gotten over 100,000 dislikes in the space of, what, 2 weeks? Like, I thought her releasing music was a bad way to start 2025, but imagine how she feels when she spent her time and money only to be faced with hate. But I guess it's kind of deserved when you're Jojo Siwa and you're dropping this kind of brain rot that targets a younger audience, which is actually a topic I didn't think I would mention, but now that I thought about it, she's pushing these freak show music videos to like 8-year-old kids. It's kind of weird. Is she worse than Jack Doherty? Because really think about it, her target audience is like from like 3 to like 12-year-old, yet she's doing these weird dances and licking stuff. Ew. But this actually brings me on to another point. You know how TikTok was supposed to get like banned in America? And I mean, it was actually banned for a short period of time. People were like celebrating the fact it was getting banned as it meant they won't have to see her anymore. Jojo, you are the one thing I won't miss from this app. God, just imagine the whole country is in a disarray because their favorite app is getting banned, and the only joy they can find is in the fact they won't have to see you anymore. And that's pretty much all that has happened with Jojo Siwa. I mean, the most recent thing I can find from her is this weird video of her dancing, and actually to show you guys how bad it is, I'm going to play you it without sound, like no sound, and maybe add some funny sound effects so you can see how painfully awkward it is. Anyways, so she has also announced herself as the queen of gay pop, which I don't even know, like, bruh.
Imagine that wasn't chocolate. Lick it, you freak.
You have to like bite it off.
Jojo Siwa is absolutely losing her mind. So if you didn't know, her whole career she has been lesbian, having many public relationships with girls. So tell me why on the first day of Pride Month she comes out as straight.
Jojo Siwa no longer identifies as a lesbian. This was revealed last night on the Celebrity Big Brother live stream when she was having a conversation with Danny Beard.
I think I've always told myself I'm a lesbian, but I think being here, I realized, oh no, I'm not lesbian, I'm queer.
What?
Flexing her new boyfriend on us. And Christ, that picture makes me feel sick. It looks like when a mother is holding her newborn baby. Instead, it's the fully grown Jojo Siwa. So Jojo just dropped her entire gay brand like it was a Hot Topic hoodie and sprinted straight into the arms of a Love Island reject named Chris Hughes on national television during Pride Month. Like damn, this is a rainbow betrayal. So let me paint the scene for you guys. Jojo gets cast on the UK's Celebrity Big Brother, right? Which is basically Love Island for people whose careers are in a coma. It's 24/7 cameras, no phone, no contact with the outside world, just vibes, drama and public breakdowns. Sounds like a normal Tuesday for Jojo, to be honest. And while her girlfriend at the time, Kathleen Ebbs, is sitting at home, probably sipping on tea and cheering Jojo on, Miss Siwa is in the Big Brother house, licking chocolate off a man's pants.
Oh.
Come on, Mickey.
Right, lick that off, please. That has to go. Please lick that off. No, like, lick it. Please lick it off. Start there. Imagine that wasn't chocolate. Lick it, you freak.
You have to like bite it off. It's a pretty good job on my behalf.
Yeah.
You think I'm kidding? No. Jojo Siwa went from dancing with bows in her hair to giving live demonstrations of emotional cheating like it's part of the talent show. She was laying in bed with this man, giggling, cuddling, whispering sweet nothings while the whole UK watched it unfold. And then had the nerve, well no, the audacity to say, Christopher is not the reason my breakup happened.
There's so many reasons why my breakup happened. Christopher is not one of them. And I actually told this guy, I was like, maybe it would be easier if he was. But he is not one of them. So if you're gonna share the story, share the story.
The romantic side of the speculation, it paints this picture of like infidelity and paints you as a villain.
Don't paint it out to look like I cheated on you with him, because I did not. I will nail my feet into the ground and I will stand on that ground. I did not, I would not, and I have not. You know what I mean?
Well, we literally saw it in 4K what you did to him, so I think it is. This isn't just some rumor, this isn't speculation. This is footage being clipped and uploaded to TikTok faster than Jojo could lie to her girlfriend's face. Oh, and the timeline, literally the day after she got out of the Big Brother house, her and Kathleen broke up.
I flew here and I went to the live show to show up for my partner and support them in their experience, and then obviously later on address my feelings of like hurt and like work through them like all relationships do. But before I could even get back to the hotel, it's actually crazy, went to the after party with my, I guess now ex, crazy thing to say, and was dumped in the party.
And like, I don't know what Disney Channel sitcom logic she's living in, but saying I didn't cheat while you're licking a man's trousers like it's a dessert on camera, that's not great behavior. It's quite frankly disgusting. And let's talk about how she handled it. Instead of owning up like a grown woman, she gave the classic, there was many reasons for the breakup speech. Nah, the reasons are, Chris is a tall, pretty decent looking guy, mildly famous, but she still refuses to admit she cheated on her girlfriend. Then Jojo decides to go full PR stunt and starts drip feeding the internet her not boyfriend, posting him in her bed, calling him her soulmate, wearing his football team's kit, calling herself so much happier now. Like bro, you cheated and then used the trauma as a promo tour. And her response to all of this, I'm young, I'm still figuring myself out. You are 21, not 14. You've got a net worth of $20 million and a tour bus, not a learner's permit. This whole I'm just young and discovering myself, thing doesn't work when you're actively causing damage on reality TV and then turning around to say it's all good troops. Also, let's not ignore the fact Jojo came out as lesbian, branded herself as the queen of gay pop, sold merch, made songs, went on podcasts saying stuff like I prefer being a bottom, and then decided out of nowhere she's now in love with a man. Again, you do you, but doing this on the first day of Pride Month while publicly cheating on your actual girlfriend, yeah, that's a PR kamikaze. And this isn't her first messy breakup either. Every one of Jojo's past relationships has been public, messy, and always ends with her being misunderstood, while someone else gets the fallout. First it was Kylie, then Avery, then Katie Mills, then Dia Wilson, then Kathleen, and now suddenly it's, oh, I'm just in love with a man and it's everyone else's problem but mine. Like, no, at this point the problem is you. You can't just blame every relationship failing on someone else. And we probably also need to talk about the age gap. Jojo is 21, Chris Hughes is 33, that's a 12-year age gap. You can't even rent a car together without a raised eyebrow.
Like cashews, nut in a mouth like cashew. Break legs when I smash through. Keep talking that talk, I'ma keep walking my walk.
Like, obviously it's not illegal, they're both legal adults, but it is definitely weird. 12 years? That's crazy. And then let's talk about the media circus around this. Jojo's out here pretending she doesn't know what they are. One second she's saying he's my soulmate, the next she's giggling on live TV going, boyfriend, no. Like, bro.
Your boyfriend?
No.
Oh.
God, it's
What?
so funny to me how straight up people get nowadays.
Oh, no, that's just me. You never heard of me before, had you? Let's be honest. Okay, your your boy
Okay,
friend.
keep going.
Your friend who's a boy.
Keep going.
Okay, who came from reality.
We haven't even said who you're speaking about yet, but I think I can assume who.
Oh, sorry. Chris Hughes.
You introduce him to your parents, he's calling your dad Tuna. Yeah, people don't nickname each other's fathers unless they're literally married or in a cult. Let's be real, the only people believing they're just friends are Jojo, Chris, and whatever PR team is holding this circus together with duct tape and false eyelashes. And then there's the music. Jojo Siwa sampled a literal nursery rhyme. She turned Are You Sleeping Brother John into a pop track and tried to make it sexy. And while yes, the visuals are a bit tamer than her usual grinding on a teddy bear music videos, it still feels like she's making songs for the same demographic that watches Coco Melon, but then dressing it up like it's art. She even said she invented G-pop, aka gay pop, like Lady Gaga, Hailey Kiyoko, and Troye Sivan don't exist.
I wanted to start a new genre of music, and they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop. Songs like Applause by Lady Gaga, it's the On My Own Miley Cyrus, Can't Be Tamed Miley Cyrus, Karma, it's that world of music.
The self-importance is quite astronomical. Next, she's gonna say she invented glitter or discovered rainbows. And her fanbase still somehow defending her like she just tripped over a curb instead of emotionally obliterating her girlfriend on live television. People saying she's only 21, as if that justifies licking another man's thigh on camera while sending I miss you videos to your actual girlfriend. Being young doesn't mean evil with sparkles. Meanwhile, Kathleen, her now ex, is being gaslit across time zones. She sat through Jojo's entire Big Brother arc, getting told everything was fine while watching her partner full-blown flirt, snuggle, and emotionally cheat in front of a global audience. It's like watching your dog run away and you're forced to live stream it while Jojo's in the background lip-syncing to nursery rhymes. Kath later dropped a whole response, basically explaining how the whole experience stole her voice, confused her sense of reality, and made her feel used for content. And Jojo's response? There's bigger fish to fry. Nah, you're the fish, you fried the relationship, served it on a clout platter, and now you're trying to pretend you didn't do anything wrong because it's all good, troops. If I hear one more influencer say it's part of the journey after destroying someone's mental health, I'm gonna lose it. You don't get to pull the healing era card when you're the reason someone else needs to find therapy. And the icing on the cringe cake, Jojo's now full on begging for UK approval, doing talk shows, wearing Chris's football team jersey, and acting like London is her new spiritual homeland. Like, we get it, you're trying to break into a new market, but calling your boyfriend's dad Tuna isn't gonna save your tour sales. And let's not forget, she literally got booed for wearing a Sunderland jersey. That's the most UK rejection possible. That's the cultural equivalent of being slapped with a wet scone.
What the fuck? Let me get booed up here? Listen, hear me out. You might not like it.
And through it all, Jojo just keeps grinning, rhinestoning everything she touches, and pretending like we didn't watch her obliterate her public image for a man who peaked in 2018 reality TV. So to wrap this all up, Jojo Siwa went from being the icon of rainbow innocence to a reality TV love triangle con artist, dropping her gay brand during Pride Month for a man twice her age, gaslighting her ex, and somehow trying to profit off it all. Is this an anti-smoking campaign? Playing this at my funeral so everyone's jealous I'm in a casket. Former Dance Mom star Jojo Siwa threatens to release music. Jojo Siwa went from licking lightsabers at Pride to dressing like she's about to make a casserole for a 1950s dinner party. Pearl necklace, red lipstick, hair curled tighter than her PR team's stress levels.
And she'll tease you, she'll tease you, all the better just to please you. What the hell is wrong with you, boy?
Jojo decided to drop a cover of Betty Davis Eyes, a track known for its raw, raspy charm, and instead gave us something that sounded like if autotune got food poisoning. She took the original, dunked it in about 30 filters, and hit export. The result, it was unholy. One person said she sounded like a haunted Furby, another asked if this was a new anti-smoking PSA, and to be fair, with tens of thousands of likes, that comment now has more love than her actual video. Even the original singer chimed in with a subtle but surgical takedown. There's a difference between singing a song and embodying it. I believe authenticity is what makes music timeless. Translation, the singer wants Jojo to never touch her music again. And just when we thought Jojo's internet arc couldn't get more bizarre, she hit us with a classic TikTok game of two truths and a lie. The options: I have never smoked a cigarette, I'm pregnant, this song drops Friday. Naturally, TikTok went full detective mode. Why? Because in a completely unrelated video, Chris Hughes, her current boyfriend, wrapped his arms around her, and his hand grazed her stomach. Yep, that's all it took. Reddit threads, TikTok theories, comments like confirmed baby Siwa due this fall. People zoomed in on the clip like it was JFK footage. His hand was in the ovary zone, people commented. He touched the womb portal. Suddenly, Jojo Siwa is trending with pregnancy rumors and zero evidence, just vibes. Jojo later said the pregnancy line was the lie, but then added, wait, I have smoked before. So if you're keeping track, that means, yeah, no one knows. That TikTok spiraled into conspiracy faster than a Joe Rogan episode of a chalkboard. And then let's talk about her music career nobody asked for. Let's be real, Jojo's music right now isn't bad, it's offensively mid. It's like if Kids Bop discovered trauma. She posts a 50-second teaser and within minutes TikTok is already remixing it. Basically everyone compared her vocals to a vape dying mid-puff on a roller coaster. And her guitar playing in the video, not even close. She's out here strumming like she's never seen a string before. At this point, it's not even trolling, it's performance art with Stockholm Syndrome. Like, how are you playing a guitar without touching the strings? Even her fans are confused. Her own comment section is basically a roast battle. The most liked comment under her Betty Davis Eyes preview literally says, "You have a hidden talent, keep it hidden." Brutal, effective, and of course, emoji included. And somehow, she just keeps posting, like the negative feedback is the goal. And honestly, it might be. At this point, Jojo's entire strategy feels like rage bait your way to the Billboard charts. Let's not forget, she once claimed she invented a whole new genre of music. It's like K-pop, but gay. It's called gay pop.
I wanted to start a new genre of music, and they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop. Songs like Applause by Lady Gaga. It's the On My Own Miley Cyrus. Can't Be Tamed Miley Cyrus. Karma. It's that world of music.
Jojo, Gaga is literally there, Elton, Freddie, any of them. This is like calling yourself the inventor of pizza because you put cheese on toast. She also bought the song Karma from another artist and acted like it was hers. Like bro, you can't claim you're breaking ground when you're outsourcing the shovel. And now she's pivoted again, from being a gay pop icon to a full-on trad wife in pearls. It's giving aesthetic whiplash. One minute she's licking props on stage, the next she's dressing like she runs a Pinterest blog for banana bread. People are calling it the hardest aesthetic pivot since Miley went from swinging on a wrecking ball to singing about sunsets in Malibu, but at least Miley sounded good doing it. And if all that wasn't enough, Rolling Stone dropped a bomb on JoJo's brand. Turns out her girl group, XOMG Pop, might have been less glitter girl brand and more glitter coated sweatshop. Allegations claim the kids in her group were overworked, performing while injured, told they deserved nothing. One girl reportedly danced post-spinal injury.
Rolling Stone came out with an article today about XOMG Pop, which is Jojo Siwa's girl group. In this article, she talks about how she had to go through grueling rehearsals even after having a spinal cord surgery just a few weeks before. And they also didn't get paid very well. Her and her mother alleged that Jesselyn, JoJo's mom, was very controlling and very mean to the girls, and that JoJo at times could be really nasty as well. They would also put them in situations that would make them cry on camera for extra drama on Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution.
And guess who was allegedly behind all of it? JoJo's mum. Yeah, the same one who launched her into the child star machine is now being accused of treating other kids like glittery robots. So while JoJo's reinventing herself every 3 weeks, her brand is crumbling underneath her. It's giving Dance Mum's Electric Boogaloo, Child Labour Edition. And for those of you somehow still wondering how we got here, yes, this all started with the moment on the Celebrity Big Brother UK. JoJo was in a relationship with her girlfriend Kat, then she met Chris Hughes. They spooned, they flirted, and then boom, they're dating publicly, loudly. Oh, and let's not forget, she literally cheated on her girlfriend.
I flew here and I went to the live show to show up for my partner and support them in their experience, and then obviously later on address my feelings of like hurt and like work through them like all relationships do. But before I could even get back to the hotel, it's actually crazy, went to the after party with my, I guess now ex, crazy thing to say, and was dumped in the party.
JoJo then said she's no longer lesbian and that the community pressured her into it, which again would be fine if she hadn't based 70% of her past brand on rainbow flags and girl-on-girl symbolism in every music video. Chris later gave a quote about their first kiss feeling like a movie, hopefully not the same kind of movie Karma felt like. At this point, JoJo isn't an artist, she's an algorithm with a pulse, a walking headline generator with Wi-Fi. She's not the bow-wearing kid anymore, she's not the edgy, queer icon she marketed herself as, and she's definitely not the voice of a new genre. Right now, she's just loud and annoying. Every move she makes feels like a focus group gone wrong. Her entire career is started to look like a TikTok trend you're forced to watch but just can't mute. So yeah, JoJo didn't just rebrand, she detonated. If this is her final form, pray she doesn't actually drop a country album next. And that's the thing, JoJo doesn't feel like anyone anymore. Every version of her feels like it's been designed to trend, not be authentic. Is she the glitter bow Nickelodeon kid? Is she a leather wearing rebel, a proud lesbian, a trad wife, a glam rocker, a vape with vocal cords? At this point, she's collecting identities like Pokemon, and nobody asks her to catch them all, and the internet's tired. That's why this backlash feels different. People aren't just annoyed, they're exhausted. They supported her when she came out, they celebrated her success, they gave her the benefit of the doubt when she got edgy, but now she's just burning through goodwill like it's confetti at a pride parade.
And she'll tease you, she'll tease you, all the better just to please you.
Jojo Siwa, can you shut the up?
She did it again, and somehow it's worse. At this point, we need to start a petition to ban Jojo Siwa from singing. Like bro, her vocal cords are a public health hazard. So you guys may have heard about JoJo's recent trad wife rebrand. Yep, beau's out, boyfriend in, and she's suddenly one casserole away from a Christian mummy blog. And you won't believe it, but somehow Jojo Siwa just made her rebrand even worse. Like, this isn't even just cringe anymore, it's a full full-blown identity crisis? Yeah, let's just get into it. So let's start with Jojo's response to the hate. Someone roasted her for that cursed Betty Davis eye cover again, and instead of taking the L quietly like a normal person, Jojo stitched the video and dropped this gem. Funny but inaccurate. I'm really just sitting drinking belly welly and colouring golf balls. Since you're singing it though, you might as well stream it in just a little bit when it comes out later tonight. Let's break that down, I guess. Colouring golf balls? That sounds like a metaphor for losing brain cells. Drinking belly welly? What even is that? Probiotic influencer juice for people who think therapy is a vibe? Yeah, the caption seems like it was written by ChatGPT. I'm not really sure. Maybe this is what all these woke influencers do in their spare time. And yeah, I'm not sure what that emoji at the end is supposed to be for. Like, what are we shaking on? A mutual embarrassment? And then, because Jojo can't let a bad moment die peacefully, she filmed another version of the song. This time laughing mid-take and forgetting the lyrics. It was supposed to be some quirky audition for her biography documentary, which God help us, hopefully that never comes out. But yeah, it felt more like a performance art for a mental breakdown. She's trying to like own the cringe, embrace the chaos. Look, I know it sounds bad, that's the point, aha. But yeah, here's the thing. If you drop a bad song and then market it by mocking how bad it is, that's not clever. It just shows us that you know the song is trash. Kind of showing she's desperate for attention. If you can't beat the hate, monetize it. Yeah, something like that. Because really at this point, she's just marketing herself like a cursed meme. The more people hate it, the more attention it gets. It's like the influencer version of setting your house on fire for the insurance. And in the middle of all of this chaos and drama surrounding her rebrand, Jojo announced she's going on tour again. And not just any tour, the Infinity Tour in Europe, because apparently America had had enough and she's exporting the cringe. Now, Infinity is kind of a funny name, as in how long this rebrand's going to last, as in how far she's stretching the definition of pop star, as in how long she plans to avoid accountability, and the visuals for the tour. Imagine if Lisa Frank and Hot Topic got into a fist fight, and the loser had to design JoJo stage outfits. And if you guys remember her last tour, when she was getting drunk on stage, swearing at her like 4-year-old fan, doing very weird dance hump moves on stage. I'll play you guys clips. It was a freak show, and it was definitely weird considering all her fans are like 5 years old.
Whichever one of you fuckers brings me this next, you bring me a chaser.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not trying to shade my fellow Europeans here, but you guys are getting the Infinity Tour like it's a gift. But brace yourselves, she might show up to your country dressed like a trad wife with her boyfriend Chris Hughes. Yeah, I would not want to see that in public. Now, let's check in on the man who triggered this entire tradwife arc. Chris Hughes. Jojo is still posting this guy like he's a personality trait. Couple content, matching outfits, cringy captions. This man is on her feed more than her vocals are in her own songs. Let's not forget, their relationship started with a cheating scandal. Jojo was publicly dating her girlfriend Katz when she met Chris on Celebrity Big Brother UK. They spooned, they flirted, they crossed boundaries, and then boom, new boyfriend arc unlocked. She literally said she no longer identifies as lesbian and blames the LGBTQ+ community for pressuring her.
There's so many reasons why my breakup happened. Christopher is not one of them. And I actually told this guy, I was like, maybe it would be easier if he was. But
Sure.
He is not one of them. So if you're gonna share the story, share the story.
The romantic side of the speculation, it paints this picture of like infidelity and paints you as a villain.
Don't paint it out to look like I cheated on you with him, because I did not. I will nail my feet into the ground and I will stand on that ground. I did not. I would not.
and I have not. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, she was building her entire image around being a queer icon. Rainbow branding, same gender music videos, the whole thing. And now she's playing tradwife, colouring golf balls, and posing her man like she's trying to prove something, which she probably is. Like, no one's saying she can't date a guy, sexuality is fluid, people change, sure, whatever, but don't act like you didn't leverage the gay community for years, then jump the ship the second a Love Island cast made you blush. Now, this whole saga isn't about one bad cover or one cringy boyfriend, it's the pattern. Jojo rebrands every couple of weeks like she's trying to, I don't know, confuse us, maybe confuse the algorithm. She's gone from about wearing a Nickelodeon kid, to LGBTQ pop star, to edgy rock star, to viral failure bait, to tradwife, to I don't even know what she is anymore or what the next thing is going to be. She's literally morphing like a Power Ranger. And the scariest part, it's actually working. People are watching, people are hate sharing, her name is trending again and again. The streams are rising, not because people actually like her music, but because they can't believe it exists. Scroll her comment section and it's like a group therapy session. Half the people are laughing at her, half the people are genuinely concerned. I mean, even the parodies are getting confusing. You can't even make fun of Jojo anymore because she's already doing it to herself. It's like she skipped a redemption arc and went straight to the blooper reel. And look, let's be real, what Jojo is doing isn't random, it's very calculated. She knows that algorithm rewards controversy, that if you can't go viral for being good and yourself, you might as well go viral for being weird and unhinged. She's basically speedrunning the Trisha Paytas playbook. Say something wild, post something more, laugh at your own downfall, and then sell tickets to the wreckage. Except Jojo was never supposed to be that kind of influencer. She started off as the safe, sparkly kid that mums trusted, and now she is being a bit weird and shows us what happens when your entire identity is built for engagement. So to wrap up the video, let's talk about the word grift for a second, because that's what this is. Jojo didn't stumble into this tradwife thing, she built it carefully, publicly, and very strategically. She went from LGBTQ to literally the opposite in what, a couple months, a couple weeks. And the thing is, she's not doing it too well. Like, sure, she pulled off the whole aesthetic well, but the actual content being released, such as her music, the songs are terrible, the vocals are awful, the relationship obviously feels forced and fake, her whole branding is a bit messy. But of course, it doesn't matter because we're all still watching, giving her views, feeding her money. She basically figured out that being bad on purpose pays just as well as being good, probably even more.
Did Jojo Siwa just steal a song for real this time? Here's Jojo Siwa's version. Here's a song by Mad Sai called Bite, which was released 2 months ago.
Jojo Siwa just got accused of stealing another song, and yeah, this is not her first rodeo. This time, she's dropped a track called Raspy, and honestly, it sounds like if Eminem joined a K-pop group after chain smoking a whole pack of Marlboros. And the kicker, fans think she didn't even write it, or at least she didn't come up with the sound herself, because apparently Raspy sounds suspiciously like a song from this indie LGBTQ artist Mad Sai, and also this song called Solo by Jennie from Blackpink. Apparently her song sounds like both of those songs. And it's definitely not a great look because we all know those K-pop and gay pop fan bases don't play about. The same kind of beat, the same vibe and almost identical structure. Which is ironic because this is the same Jojo who swears she is one of the most original artists of our time. Yeah, I don't know how she came up with that because most of Jojo's music is straight up stolen.
The internet was shocked to find out that Jojo Siwa may have stolen both of her songs that she's releasing, so here's the tea. When I tell you the internet was beside themselves after hearing Jojo Siwa talk about karma for weeks as if she originally created it like Beethoven himself, that a video of another singer singing it word for word with a music video went viral.
Karma's a bitch, I should've known better.
Her name is Britt Smith.
Karma's a bitch, I should've known better.
To my surprise, Miley Cyrus had it first and recorded a demo of it in 2011 to potentially go on her Can't Be Tamed album. Now the second one is way more messy.
So yeah, it seems like Jojo Siwa just continues to get worse and worse. especially after the whole trad wife straight era and apparently being pregnant. Yeah, and now there's more controversy surrounding her name. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get into it. So let's start with the obvious. Jojo Siwa is calling her new era raspy, and I'm not exaggerating when I say she repeats that word more times than the average toddler says "why" in a car ride. So here's the actual chorus to the song: raspy, raspy, I get raspy, you know I'm raspy, you see I'm raspy, I'm raspy. I mean, I could continue, but she's just saying that for the whole song. That's not really songwriting, that's more so of someone trying to stall time during karaoke because they forgot the next verse. I mean, I don't understand who let her publish this song. You can't just copy the same words 6 times and, you know, call it a verse. Oh, sorry, that's actually the chorus, I think. The actual verse, which, yeah, Jojo just decided to cosplay as Eminem. Not the 2002 Lose Yourself Eminem. I'm talking about Eminem if he got booked for a Disney Channel special and had to keep it PG. All press is good press, which coming from Jojo basically translate to, I know you hate this, but thanks for the streams. I mean, she knows that all press is good press, or at least that's what she believes, because she loves doing all these social media antics to get headlines and views. I mean, she's been pretending to be straight and pregnant and a trad wife for the past couple of weeks, so she will do anything. Don't hate me, I'm just a little baby, Slim Shady but a lady. Which, yeah, Slim Shady rap battles ended careers. Your rap battles are making people deaf on TikTok. Now, here's where it gets messy. As soon as a song dropped, fans immediately went, wait, this is literally just Mad Sai's song. The instrumental was practically the same, the pacing was the same, and even the pre-chorus drop into the hook feels like it was mapped with tracing paper. And people noticed, side by side TikTok started blowing up with solo on the one half and raspy on the other. And yeah, it's not a good look. You don't have to be a music expert to hear that they're basically the same.
Did Jojo Siwa just steal a song for real this time? So the former Dance Mom star has been threatening to drop new music this Friday. She's been sharing snippets, but people are noticing that it sounds a lot like another song. Here's Jojo Siwa's version. Here's a song by Mad Sai called Bite, which was released 2 months ago. Since Jojo's been dropping the snippets, Mad Sai's been getting tagged in hundreds of comments and has made a few videos acknowledging how they sound a lot alike. It seems like he had no idea because at first when he heard Jojo's song, he thought she was promoting his song. Mad Sai has also been throwing a bit of shade by saying, why stream the Temu version over the better one?
And you won't believe Jojo's reaction. Yeah, she just pretended it's not happening, which is pretty on brand for her. Remember, all press is good press. And yeah, the dude's song she copied has been absolutely cooking her on TikTok. Now, tell me why I opened Jojo Siwa's new video and for a second I thought she used my song, why stream the Temu version over the better one, and the comments, well, they're also cooking Jojo. Yeah, she's been flooding TikTok with clips of her performing raspy, trying to force it into people's FYPs until they cave in and stream it, which honestly, I don't think that's happening. Who actually listens to Jojo Siwa's music? There's also this whole theory about her moderating her own comment section. Before the release, her posts were flooded with negative comments, and after she drops raspy, suddenly it's nothing but glowing praise like, oh my god, this is amazing, this is your best work, you're so original. Either everyone had a spiritual awakening overnight, or somebody's been hitting that delete button harder than me trying to hide my search history. Now here's why the raspy accusations hit different. Jojo already has a track record of borrowing songs, or borrowing, should I say stealing. So her song Karma was not written by her, she literally bought it from a different artist and pretended like it was her passion project. Yeah, clearly Jojo is a creative genius here. Then Choose Your Fighter, originally recorded by TikTok creator Emmeline. Industry politics pushed Jojo Siwa's version forward, but she still acted like she invented the wheel.
Jojo Siwa is receiving even more backlash for apparently stealing another artist's song. So the original song was from 2 years ago by an artist named Emmeline. Now that definitely was Emmeline's song, but a lot of people are saying that it doesn't even sound like Jojo. People have been spamming Emmeline's comments saying that Jojo stole her song. The original creator did respond and said they're gonna make a story time soon, but they did not sign off on it coming out with Jojo. But since then, Emmeline actually deleted her Choose Your Fighter video, and I'm wondering if Jojo's team had anything to do with it. One thing that's clear is that Jojo thinks having the money to buy other people's songs will make her successful.
and then Betty Davis Eyes, a cover so overproduced that Kim Carnes herself stepped in to say, authenticity is what makes music timeless. That's a polite way of saying, please stop smothering my song in autotune. Now the thing is, on their own, you could write these off as typical music industry nonsense, but together it's a pattern. Jojo finds something that already works, swaps a few words, and calls it her era, but really she's just making an embarrassment of herself and copying someone else's work. It's like she's allergic to original melodies. If music plagiarism was a sport, she'd be in first place. And it's not just the music, it's the branding, the aesthetic, even the promotional tactics. The minute she sees something trending, she's on it fast, which is why Raspy being Jenny Solo in a Party City wig is just basically perfect. That's exactly what Jojo Siwa is, a copycat. Now, while her music career is catching heat, Jojo's personal brand is just as confusing. Not that long ago, she was the face of rainbow merch, pride events, and loud, clear representation. Then she started dating Chris Hughes, and suddenly the rainbow flags got folded up and put in her attic. Even her most recent TikToks, they're like on holiday on a cruise together. It's insane. I don't know how you spend years being LGBTQ and now turn straight. Maybe it's just a cosplay, maybe she's actually using the straightness as a promotional tactic, and she's still LGBTQ behind the scenes. But still, it's kind of weird that she's using that to fuel her career. She swapped out the neon tracksuits for pearls, floral dresses, and really what can only be described as Pinterest board for suburban housewives. Fans started noticing that she wasn't talking about her sexuality anymore, and it's not like she hasn't heard the speculation, she just hasn't addressed it. And look, people evolve, but the timing is suspicious, especially when you add in the cheating allegations from her ex-Cat. As I said, one minute she's a lesbian pop star breaking boundaries, and the next she's making TikToks about baking for her man. Some fans think it's a genuine lifestyle change, others think it's a strategic PR shift now that the rainbow branding wasn't converting into sales anymore. Either way, the 180 has been so drastic that you can't blame people for raising eyebrows. So yep, here we are. Jojo Siwa's raspy era, repetitive lyrics, awkward slim shady cosplay, and a beat that sounds suspiciously borrowed. And with her track record, the stolen song accusations don't feel far-fetched, they feel inevitable. It's like every song she drops, there's gonna be controversy. And really, at this point, now that I think about it, she may be doing it on purpose, so people create TikToks, shorts, and just videos about her new song. So yeah, whether she's stealing songs, stealing aesthetics, or just stealing our patience, this era is less of a reinvention and more of a case study in how to keep your name in the headlines no matter what. So what's next? I don't know, a country album, Christian rock, I don't know, Raspy version 2, tea and crumpets edition? You tell me, is Jojo trolling for clout, or is she genuinely lost in the rebrand void? I hope you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.